Welcome to Bible Study with Fred. Today we're going to we're still in Genesis 14. We're going to do 21, verses 21 to 24, using the King James Version, the authorized version of the Bible. And the king of Sodom said unto Abram, Give me the persons and take the goods to thyself. And Abram said to the king of Sodom, I have lifted up mine hand unto the Lord, the Most High God, the possessor of heaven and earth, that I will not take from a thread even to a shoe latchet, and that I will not take away anything that is thine, lest thou shouldest say, I have made Abram rich, save only that which the young men have eaten, and the portion of the men which went with me, Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre. Let them take their portion. Abram is not going to let the king of Sodom make himself Abram's benefactor. He will owe nothing to the king. This is a good lesson, not to enrich oneself by the kindness of someone or something evil. One might make a sermon about, quote, the generosity of the devil, and what the consequences of accepting a reward at his hands might be. Even if the king of Sodom, most likely a high priest of his own God, had good intentions, Abram was not going to put himself in the position of having to be grateful to him. A reward carried with it some important considerations. To accept a reward from a king implied an understanding of loyalty to that king. Abram was not the king's servant and did not enter into this warfare for the king of Sodom's sake. Job 7:2 says, As a servant earnestly desireth the shadow, as an hireling looketh for the reward of his work. As much as this king of Sodom would have liked to have someone as wealthy and powerful as Abram beholden to him, perhaps even out of fear, Abram, the friend of God, would not permit such a thing. The mercy and grace of God will be Abram's reward in the very next chapter. He needed no bounty from a human king, especially one who worshiped devils in all likelihood. In the American business culture of Christianity, it does not matter who rewards me, as long as I get one. The reward is the object, and the character and condition of the grantor of the reward is irrelevant. This is characteristic of even the most conservative churches, whose preachers announce from the pulpit how wicked and godless the government is, all the while accepting tax breaks and any benefit they or their congregation can get from the same wicked government, accepting rewards from the king of Sodom. Abram would be appalled. Three Confederates only are mentioned, but in this method of writing, referring to the leadership can also imply men following. Clearly, you don't believe that only the kings mentioned earlier who attacked Sodom and Gomorrah were present, but that they had an army with them. Common sense tells us that the reference to Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre does not mean that they too would not have had their own servants armed and battle ready. And we'll pick it up with Genesis 15 next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you will get into your Bible and study it and cross-reference it and compare it. Thank you.